Hi, my name is Tom Dolder. I'm here to introduce you to the VacUpack. It is one of the unique machines on the market today in that it is a nozzle style system instead of what I call a press and pray style vacuum packer, which most of the industry has gone to. The VacUpack can seal up any type of plastic bag. So just for an example, we're going to open up a bag of potato chips and reseal them. So if you have a bag of potato chips and you just can't eat more than just one, you can always reseal that same bag just by laying it across the heat seal. And when you're sealing up something like a potato chip bag, you don't need to run the heat seal for very long, and it will seal the bag very securely. So then your potato chips are packed the way they were from the grocery store. You can put them back on the shelf. So one of the ways that a VacUpack can save you a lot of money is to buy packages of bulk product and break it up into smaller packages. So let's open up this package of sausage, and what we're going to do is we're going to break it up into sections of 3 because Holly and I don't eat very much stuff at one time, and we have, let's say we're going to need like 4 or 5 packages to do this one bag of bulk sausage. So the first thing I would do is make bag material that would hold those 4 or 5 sausages. So if you measure the sausage, measure the amount of bag material that you need, heat seal it, and cut it, the VacUpack will make bags for you quickly and easily because the rolled bag material and the razor blade work independently of the vacuum function. So we can actually make and shape several different bags that we're going to need to vacuum pack our sausage. And now, once we have all of our packages made, we'll load up the bags with the sausage. So when we open up the sausage, one of the things that you'll notice about this particular packaging was that it did have quite a bit of juice in it. And we're going to put 3 sausages in each package. So now that we have packages to package, the VacUpack is a very high production machine. There's literally no wait time in between each heat seal. So we can set the bags up that we want to package and proceed to package them. When you're vacuum packing, one surface goes under, one surface goes over. Clamp it in and add a little bit of pressure. That will seal up the package. The indicator will tell you that your bag is sealed, and the machine will shut itself off automatically. And you'll get a nice tight seal on every package. Now, because you can package things quickly, there's literally no wait time in between each package. The VacUpack will allow you to seal up 40 or 50 packages right in a row. One of the things that you want to keep in mind too is that the more packages you do, the hotter the heat seal bar is going to get, and the less time it's going to take to run the heat seal. And again, you are in control of how long the heat seal bar stays on. So if you think you're getting a good solid seal at 2 or 3 seconds, where it used to take 4, by all means, don't let it run that long. You are in control of how much air you take out of the bag and when you run that heat seal. So the VacUpack is a very high production machine. You can get a lot of stuff packed up in a short period of time. The other question is about cheese. A lot of people vacuum pack cheese, and anytime you buy cheese in the grocery store, it's invariably vacuum packed. I can tell them what cheese here. We have a vacuum packed little brick of cheese. Again, when you want to make a bag, roll out as much bag material as you need or want, heat seal it, and cut that bag off from the main roll. When we went down to the cash and carry grocery store, we bought a large block of smoked Gouda cheese. We'll put that into the bag. I find that most of the bulk cheeses fit very nicely into 8-inch wide pieces of bag material. Slip one surface of the bag underneath the nozzle, slip the other surface on top, and make sure it lays flat across the heat seal bar. And you want to make sure it can lay there all by itself. Clamp it in and add just a little bit of pressure to the operating lever. Let the air get drawn out of the bag. When you press down the lever all the way, the heat seal bar is going to come on, and that will seal the bag for you. And that gives you a vacuum packed bag. Oftentimes we go to the grocery store, we look for the manager specials. We found these flank steak roasts that had some cheese and spinach in them, and they looked really good to us, so we thought we'd vacuum pack them and save them for another day. When you want to vacuum pack, the machine has a bag roll storage compartment in it that will allow you to pull out as much bag material as you think you need or want for whatever you happen to be doing. So measure the size of bag before you cut it off with the razor blade. Run the heat seal bar, slice your bag off from the main roll. That will allow you to seal and cut and shape bags quick and easy. Anytime you're putting something inside the package, just make sure you have enough bag material out in front of what you're packaging to make sure that the bag can lay flat. I like to just put the product in the bag. Make sure the bag material can lay good and flat across the heat seal bar. And in this particular case, we want to watch for any kind of juices that start to flow. So when you're vacuum packing, make sure that you get all the air out. And one of the features of the VacUpack is that if you do start to see that juice come up, you want to be able to run the heat seal just as soon as you possibly can. And keep an eye on the juices, because if they don't stop moving, if there's still a little bit of movement in the bag, you might want to run that heat seal bar a second time before you let go of the bag, and that will ensure that you get a good tight seal all the way across the bag. So here's another situation where you might not want to take all of the air out of the package. For instance, we bake these cookies and we're going to send them to my son overseas. So what we're going to do is put one surface underneath the nozzle, put the other surface on top, and this time we're going to be very careful about how much air we take out, because we just want to collapse the bag enough to hold the cookies in place without actually crushing them. So activate the pump, and remember with the VacUpack, because it is not automatic, you can start and stop this process anywhere you like. So as soon as it gets to the position that you want to hold it at, then activate the heat seal, and that will seal the bag with just exactly the right amount of air removed to make everything hold in place and stay fresh long enough to get there. Okay, smoked fish. Smoked fish is one of the things that lends itself to vacuum packing better than almost any other medium. As you all know that fish starts to smell bad and taste bad in pretty short order. When you vacuum pack it, you can keep fish fresh for years in the freezer. Again, pull out as much bag material as you need. So now we have a little piece of smoked salmon here. So we're going to roll out as much of the bag material as we need to cover it. We're going to heat seal one end of that bag and cut it off from the main roll. When the machine shuts off, the bottom end of the bag is sealed, and we're ready to vacuum pack our fish. With the VacUpack, you don't need to worry about having fish that's frozen, because the VacUpack is one of the few machines in the planet that will allow you to seal a bag even when it is wet. So if we see some juices starting to move, we know we need to run the heat seal. Make sure it lays flat. Make sure one surface of the bag is over the top and one is underneath. Press down lightly and watch the air come out of the package. And as soon as you start to see those juices move, remember that it's important to seal the bag as soon as all the air is out of it. So if you see juices coming up, run the heat seal bar, let the machine shut off. And if you still see juices traveling inside that package, that means the bag is not sealed yet. You might want to run that heat seal bar more than once before you let go of the bag, just to make sure that you get a good hard seal all the way through that moisture.